Hello, large tubers, large and in charge. Welcome back to Let's Play Xenonauts X Division with me, BlueAnkylo. We're on a string of very large UFOs. Large tier 2, massive tier 1, large probably tier 2. One mission per team. We've also got a ton of research to do. I'm hoping we can get to some of that this episode, but first, we've got our guys, we got a mission to do. I didn't pre-equip the squad, which I should do. Sorry, Duke, but honestly, you don't want to go on this mission anyway. The upgraded aliens are not going to be much fun for unupgraded rookies and stuff. So let's put in the good team, or at least the high-ranking team. And then I just need to make sure everyone's got kind of their basic equipment set up. These two don't have their armor, so I guess we'll make them both the shield guys. The B team stats aren't quite as good as the A team stats, but this will do for now. And that way we don't have to spend quite as much time micromanaging the base. Backup axe. We have not been running out of ammunition though, so that's been nice. And then always start with a good rocket. Alright, I think this team will be okay. They do have some pretty high skills snipers. Over 100 accuracies. Pretty solid. I do wish there was some sort of training facility. I think this is one of the reasons why I've got the Don't Die On Me mod. Basically, if you get into phase 2 or 3 and someone permanently dies, and then you have to train them back up from start, like, these guys can't even wear armor and a shield and a weapon. Like, that was the problem with bringing along these, you know, I try to bring them along, but it's very difficult until they survive a few missions. So yeah, some way of slowly gaining some basic stats as time goes on would be quite nice. You'd want to put a cap on it so they're not as strong as your main A teams, but at least not as weak as turn 1, like day 1 of the invasion. Alright, well, we researched the first heavy fighter we shot down. So this is just a straight upgrade over the alien fighters. You know, in the escorts, they're pretty darn fast. But the main thing is low durability, but you can't hit them with like missiles or anything because they can do their own barrel rolls pretty typically. So and you can sell them. That's fair. How much are they worth? Oh, also technology, science. All right, so this is some good stuff here actually. So one thing that I really like, I just want to take a second here to explain. One thing I really like about X Division mod for Xenonauts is a lot of the air game required gear, like the things you need to upgrade your aircraft, you just get from shooting down an aircraft. You don't have to research the prerequisites, right? Corsair, now there's probably tier 1 science research, like maybe the directional thrusters or the electronics. There's probably some prereqs from tier 1, but assuming you got that, all you need in tier 2 is to shoot down a fighter, which you can generally shoot down at least one of them. And even if you couldn't survive a ground mission, or you couldn't shoot down one of the larger UFOs, you would get the upgrade to your interceptors. So the Corsair, although we don't have it yet, it'll be a direct upgrade over the Asirius. And then that will help you catch up on the air game. So if you're struggling with Asirius, just shoot down one fighter, research the Corsair, start building them, and you'll... Well, it's not going to be easy. I'm not trying to say it's easy. I'm just saying you don't have to, like, do a bunch of ground missions and get some lucky research to actually figure out what to do. I just like how they make it fairly obvious. Same thing with the anti-missile upgrade and your first tier 2 beam weapon. This weapon won't be the best tier 2 beam, but it's also very easy to unlock. So it's probably better than a Gatling laser and stuff like that. Anyway, not to ramble too much, but I do like that design decision because that's pretty standard. As we shoot down more UFOs, we'll unlock lots of the basic air tech, and you don't need to go capture an alien pilot to get all the important stuff, basically. Which is how some XCOMs work. you've got to succeed in the ground missions to get anything. So, let's do this. We've got a corner. Oh, no. Well, we just had this real long mission where we fought a bunch of Androns with the A-Team. And I was saying, I sure hope these are not Tier 2 Androns. The game was listening to me. Well, we'll figure this out fairly quick. We're going to want to be a little careful on this mission. We're going to throw a big boy grenade here. Yeah, that's more Tier 2. Point blank, top of the line explosives, 40 damage. Yep, this is definitely a Tier 2 UFO mission. Fun times ahead, fun times. So, on the plus side, we do have a kind of nice, a nice starting place on the map. This is a good corner. We have another narrow map, which is not my favorite, but if this is the only choke point, that will help. For now, I'm just going to get Danny into some cover, keeping an eye on things. There's quite a few civilians to lure their shots. We could try the laser minigun. It would be pretty dangerous to leave him out there. Especially with, No. Okay, we got backup strats. Alright. Thorinum. I don't know if you're in chat. You're probably asleep. Minigun versus Tier 2 Andron. You shoot through that armor eventually. Took a little work, but we got him. Now we're going to provide you some defense. I'll probably throw a smoke grenade down. Unfortunately, ballistic rifles are not going to be helpful on this map. Really at all. Sure hope there's nothing over there. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. So I'm just thinking, guys. I'm sorry for the lack of commentary. This is getting late at night for me, and things could go bad pretty quick with a large new tier of Androns. We did kill that first guy, but oh look, it's Thorinum. Did you speak of the devil? Basically, there. I just called you out in the game, and there you are in chat. It's perfect. Welcome to the stream. I promise I'm not getting your guy killed while you're away. I just ran you up to minigun and Andron with the laser minigun. The problem is mostly just that this is a Phase 2. This is one of our first Phase 2 UFOs. So it's a large UFO. And of course it's Androns for your first mission, which are the most dangerous Phase 2, early Phase 2 robot species. They won't be nearly so bad once we get some tech, but we don't have any tech right now, so far so good. You know, we're in a good starting location. This is definitely one of the nicer opening maps. These things, though. Yeah. And there was something firing at us from over there. Might be worth just destroying some tanks. Or not tanks, some tractors. Now, there's no, like, xenomorphs on this map, so don't worry about that. Team B is the new A-Team? Well, C-Team actually had the first... It was interesting. So the wave had a massive UFO and 2 larges. And well, actually 3 larges. One of them went down over water, though. So C Team got the first Wave 2, Phase 2 UFO. And that was Seison's, which was very lucky. So we actually unlocked a bunch of good energy tech. And they survived, mostly. And then A-Team had a massive... We actually shut down another Terror Carrier. But it was a Tier 1 Terror Carrier, which was really weird, because we're definitely in Phase 2 right now. So we had Phase 1 mission the last episode, but just a standard Terror Carrier. So those were... It was a tough, long mission. But it was just Phase 1 Androns. This is the first time we're facing Phase 2 Androns. What do Androns unlock? Better armor? Well, hopefully. Maybe power armor? They also have a lot of heavy weapons, so they're good for weapon tech either way. But yeah, Androns tend to be the heavy armor upgrades. I'm going to move the tank probably up next turn. You forgive me if I'm not rushing this map. It's in the barn. And I think the Androns with guns generally prioritize shooting your soldiers. So if there's farmers nearby and there's no X divisions, they'll shoot the farmers. There's no X division around or X Xenonauts around. But if they can see Xenonauts, they will shoot you pretty much always. I mean, I know what I'm getting into here, but I'm trying to say, especially if you were playing along, this is where things get hard, in my opinion. The civilian I don't care about. We still actually can't see the hidey hole. It's okay. Fire is not particularly effective anymore. Maybe we'll get a good grenade toss. Just knock the whole barn down. That's what we really want. The tank is confused by this strange alien pillar. Oh, there he is. Remember when the AP alenium rounds did like 300, 400 damage? That was not 300 or 400 damage. Oh, what's that? So that's something new. Can look forward to that guy. And another Andron back there. Okay. Don't worry, Thornum. I have a plan. Well, we shot it up a little bit. Phase 2. It's not like Phase 1 anymore. That's no good. Alright. So these things are, well, they kind of look like Reapers, right? Remember the Reapers from the civilian maps? They kind of look like that. If I move the tank, which I probably won't. I'm not sure if it's safe moving these guys up. Like, I'm not sure moving forward right now is the best strat, but it's more interesting than hanging back for too long. Come on, tank. Oh, there's a drone there. Oh, it seems to have some kind of ranged attack. C-Team did do a good job on that size and map. I gotta give him some credit. Okay. Luckily, Tier 2 drones are not much stronger than Tier 1 drones. They did a little bit of suppression. They basically destroyed the shield, which means if you didn't have a shield, you'd have been dead, because that's 130 damage. But, yeah. Alright. Did we kill it? It doesn't look dead. That was a full volley of the laser minigun. And now it's got this weird smoke stuff around it. The weird smoke stuff is great cover. So, in case you're keeping count, that was our first shielded enemy. Now we get to see aliens with force shields. Not physical shields, actual, like, proper energy shields. Yeah, AP tank. Still good. Still good. Alright, I like how this is going so far. Laser rifles, tank cannons. We're geared as well as we can be for our first Andron map. This is X Siege. Yeah, this was X Hunter tank. This was the deadly Hunter car that got moved over to the deadly Siege tank. Yeah, they're not surprised he's a good tank. All right, Duke Nukem, have a good snooze or a good morning. This will be my last episode for the night anyway. I won't be up too much longer. Our tank is getting shot to pieces here. It's been a good tank, but I don't know how much longer it can last. Yeah, I'm having a late night stream. Probably later than I should, but I really wanted to do a couple of these. We gotta kill this drone back there. But I wanted to do a couple of... Classic. I wanted to do a couple of the new Phase 2 missions before we got too busy on the week of coronavirus. Oh, there he is. Maybe... Oh, there we go. Sneak a shot through the window. Alright, come on, Aaron. This is a tight shot. No game. No joy. Oh, but this might open up a shot for the sniper. Oh, Lone Grim. Perfect. You thought I forgot about you back there. No. Okay, getting rid of that guy helps. So we got a Robo-Dog. Now we can begin to learn about the overpoweredness of Phase 2 robot durability. There's also that guy back there. Alright, Thornum. Luckily, Robo-Dogs are probably the least armored of the Tier 2 robots. Oh, jeez. I didn't see him there. Okay, okay. So I think this is an opportunity for a little bit of smoke. He's got a pretty big gun. that looks like perhaps a heavy weapon rather than a little pistol. Back it up. We're running low on shields here. Okay, Dr. Granola. Move you to maybe a slightly better firing angle depending on... Yeah, you got an okay firing angle, to be honest. Alright, so far so good. Uh-oh. There was a thing inside that box. So many Androns. So the Reaper-like entity seems to have survived its first killing. Luckily, the blue smoke doesn't generally last very long after it appears. The tank hit it for 300, and it just shrugged it off. The tank hit it for another 200, and it's still alive. It actually had 2 death animations there, but it keeps on ticking. Thorn, I'm starting to see what we're in for. Alright, that was a good rocket. That's another kill, technically. I can't trust you in there, though. I'm just glad that Farmer's still there. Unlike the Androns, which usually shoot your soldiers, those Reaper-type things often go for civilians. So, same with the Robodogs. I don't think we'll actually have a shot here. The smoke cover's too thick. That's some serious cover. Same thing here. Let's move over to real cover. I guess the tank is really hurting. And there's this Andron that keeps popping out shooting them, so let's put some smoke in front of our tank as well. 2 can play the smoke game. That might keep it alive a little longer. And then, yeah, Robodog over here. Not quite any firing angles. I think we'll just let it come to us. It probably won't kill anybody. It'll probably go for civilian anyway. But if it comes at us, we'll get a couple of reaction shots. Okay, so the Reaper, which is not a real Reaper, is no longer blue and glowy, but now it does melee attacks instead of ranged attacks. Just pay attention. Some pretty good reaction shots on Doggo, but it survives. And also goes for the tank. You know what? Tank is pretty strong against kinetic damage. Another dog. We're getting a little bit overwhelmed. That's 2 dogs, 2 Reaper things, and also at least 2 Androns. What? Where'd the dog go? Oh. I thought there was a dog back here. No, it ran that way. I'm being dumb. Okay. So, of the dogs, and there's a Reaper over here. That's the thing. Of the dogs and the Reapers, I would say killing the Reaper is priority. But that was a good tank kill. Okay, there's the other one. At least now I know where it is. It went to the UFO to kill more people. This might be... Yeah, this is actually a great axing time. Now, you can see the axe is not doing very much damage. This is a tier 1 axe versus a tier 2 robot. And, yeah, that didn't work. Never mind. We need a better axe. It ignores 80 armor. I'm pretty sure it's 80. We can check if we go back to base. I think it does 60 kinetic damage and ignores 80. So this thing must have more than 80 kinetic armor. So I highly recommend energy weapons. Even after all that. Okay, we can hang out behind the tractor. More minigun time? Well, there's 2 dogs, so somebody's gonna have to kill him. I'm hoping we've shredded enough armor here that a little bit more axing will do the trick. Okay, it was almost dead, but we got it. Alright, good job, Danny. It took a lot of swings, but it went down eventually. Alright, there is always the minigun, yes. Energy, and also 80 shots. Generally quite effective. Still, this is not very safe. Out of smoke grenades. Still too much smoke cover. Mortal Kombat in a nutshell. Just more axe. Just hit him with the axe again. And the last guy is Evan here, kind of off to the side. He doesn't really have anything to do other than to keep an eye on this angle. I guess Lone Grim can take a shot. I could have... Yeah, this is not bad. I don't think we'll kill it in one hit, but who knows? Not even a hit. Well, Farmer Dude, I think this was your last chance. Yep, Farmer Dude's pretty dead. No, not my tank! Leave my tank alone. The tank has distracted a lot of robots, though. Even if it gets exploded now, it served its purpose. And it can still get some more value. Get out of here. But that might be the last, luring out moment for the tank. Might be time to keep him in cover. I'd like to get a armor-piercing rocket loaded here. And don't forget your axe. You don't really need a stun rod on this map because you can't capture robots. Time for the snipers to shine. Yeah, once we've got a clear area of effect, the laser Mark III snipers will do a pretty good job on these guys. We just need to get the firing lines set up. Like, even in this situation, it's not a bad idea to get a sniper set up for next turn here. It might move out of the way, but still. These will be good shots next turn. And maybe if we put someone over here, it'll kind of lure him to take some shots through the big, heavy cover. But yeah, Thornum's going to hold off for a little while. We already used half his ammo. And I want to save some of that for the breach. We do have one good rocket left. 1.5 good rockets. I know there's someone back there. Yeah, I want to save that 400 ammo. If I had anticipated an Andron mission, which, maybe I should have guessed, I would have brought a reload, but... The truth is, your first Andron mission, I don't know if you're even supposed to win it, so... We can pick up some of the Andron weapons as time goes on. As we start to kill them. Some of them will have pretty good weapons for us to steal. Okay, 37%'s worth it. You're not doing much damage, or any, but you're shredding some armor. You only keep the stuff you killed if you take it with you. I forgot about that, Robodog. Well, Farmer, you're just not in a very survivable position. So the only way you get to actually research new stuff will be if you pick up corpses and weapons and throw them on the... Because, like, to retreat, you need all your soldiers that you want to keep alive inside. So you need everything you want to bring with you inside as well. Or it's lost. Alright, well, it moved. Wasn't supposed to move inside the house there. Dang. Well, luckily we've got a fair amount of laser rifle reloads. I need to take the stuff... This is a serious map. This is not a map you can autopilot through for sure. Okay, so there's a Robodog and there's at least a couple Androns. I wonder if we can just collapse this entire house. Or, barn. Not yet, anyway. But yeah, conserve ammo, keep everyone alive as long as we can. That was some good counterfire there. One of the few benefits we have here is Androns don't throw grenades. So, as long as we can stay in cover or behind cover, we're generally safe. And they generally don't have reaction fire, so there's a couple things in our favor. So did that Andron actually straight up retreat? Put himself in a spot where my sniper couldn't hit him. But he didn't realize I had two snipers. 95%. The second shot hit and for 0. That's not great. Well, I think we're going to just try to let the snipers take that one out for a little while. That's some sort of plasma cannon. Okay, Lone Grim actually took damage. I don't even know where he took damage from. $18, $44. You can see the as we continue to fire, his armor gets shredded more and more. Assuming you hit him. Alright, Aaron, you're not... That was bad. Not good enough. Cheating cover jerk. So many of them. Alright, let's open this up. He got hit from 8 damage earlier. Oh. I should have healed up his wounds earlier, is all I mean. I guess he can do himself. There you go. No more bleeding to death. Okay. I'm not sure I'll be able to leave Thorinum out of this for too much longer. Technically not in vision. The best kind of not in vision. I can't have people dying right now. We need people to survive as long as we can. If we're going to make it to the alien UFO, we need to not have deaths yet. A couple small wounds is okay. But we're going to need all the firepower we can get. You know, I might have had a shot on the... No, probably the guy in the back. I need to destroy this wall. So many robots just swarming around in the dark. Okay, nothing we can see. We might have a good rocket shot. This is the armor-piercing one, so we want to aim it right at an alien. We don't want to try to blow up cover with it. Of course, now we can't see anything. Well, there you go. Assuming we hit, this should do a lot of damage. Beautiful. One dead robot. I don't think we get, you know, prizes when we do that. So there's some right there, I'm sure of it. More grenade. Well, we finally knocked the house down. No more cover for them. Unfortunately, the smoke of the house provides some surprisingly good cover. I guess it makes some sense. That was dumb. What am I doing here? I was trying to get snipers in better positions always, but... Yeah, okay. We got lucky there. We got lucky we could move into cover. Okay. Who knows how many more there are in the fog of war? Oh, look, a Robodog has arrived. I'm a little bit worried that our sniper just destroyed his own cover. Oh, I forgot about my shield kite. Oops. Who's that? I owe you a couple BlueAnkylo points. Danny the Merciful. Yeah, that's not safe. Okay, I'd like to be shooting the Andron with the sniper. So we're going to start with... Oh, yeah! Because that'll do. Just don't miss. It's been a while since something survived a direct, point-blank, armor-piercing Alenium round. Okay. It's technically still in cover. Another shot in. Another miss. Still too much smoke cover in there. Let's not waste all of our ammo. I forgot Danny again. It's fine, he's luring out a lot of aliens. It's totally fine, right? There we go, another dead robot. Okay, so now we're just gonna have a little peek. We've got ourselves another one of these Reaper things. So, I mean, I've teased you guys long enough. What are these things? Let's have a little look. We can look at a corpse. Or can we? Well, it'll give you the name. They are Robo Reapers. And they get 3 health bars. Shield form, unshielded range form, and melee combat form. And every time you defeat them, they do a puff of blue smoke around them that protects them from ranged fire for a turn. The plus side is their ranged form only does stun damage. So the one that was just shooting Danny lowered his time units but did no HP damage or shield damage. So they aren't as bad as some of the things we're fighting. But they're pretty sturdy and they take a lot of ammo to take down. Oh, and they're very good at killing tanks. EMP damage. Stuns your soldiers, kills your tanks. Okay, it's that's its final form, so it'll be charging towards us now. Let's just let it come at us. It went the long way. Should have a couple good shots here. We're not going to use the minigun. Sorry, Thor, not yet. Kind of wasting ammo. I don't know. Not wasting ammo. Totally worth it. Okay. That might be it for the current, like, deployment of aliens. I don't want to move up until I'm pretty secure, but... you know, maybe we're doing all right here. Oof, there was still someone just waiting. Yeah, well, now, assuming we can clear the current wave, which we still haven't quite cleared, we're going to check the alien weapons out. At least we have a fair amount of ammo in general. Alright, Evan, need to get some vision up here. Yeah. Missed one. Okay. Granola's taking shots like crazy here. 69. And nothing. I think Aaron takes one burst fire and then gets out of the way. Or at least into cover. I don't want to move past the grass until, you know, if I put a sniper over here, actually, it might have a decent, it might have an okay angle here. We should be in cover from him, but we can fire around the hay bale. Luckily, hay bales still count as full cover for some reason. Oh, Thor, right, that. I forgot about that. Reaction fire on the miniguns is always a hilarious waste of ammunition. Whoops. Well, no more tractor cover. That's happened once or twice. Okay, let's open this up as much as you can. We knew he'd be there. Unfortunately, my grenade didn't quite hit him, but now we can see him. The trouble is, I don't know if it's worth the... Trying to shoot over this cover can be real tough, but, you know, not bad. 95%, right? When the game tells you 95%. I think we've got him scared. Alright, Evan. We got these big grenades for a reason. Blow them up. I don't really like blowing them up. If we did, we might have. Because, you know, you don't get the... You get the corpse, I think, like the Andron corpse. But I don't think you get the weapons they're carrying. And, you know, we're still at the beginning of a new phase. So getting all the weapons is pretty important. But he's dead anyway, and that's... I think kind of the rule of thumb here when we're on a new phase is don't be too picky. Try to get some new tech. But your researchers will probably be super busy anyway. So you can miss a couple things to stay safe. And it's probably a lot better in the long run. Okay. Assuming nothing moves, we have secured the outside of the UFO. We might want to wait for this fire to burn, but I think we're okay. Now, the UFO itself has its own problems. So we've got kind of a good idea here is to check the Andron corpses. Yeah, this is we've done one of these before. We did one bomber cruiser. This will be a normal cruiser. They're not as big as the terror carriers, but they'll still take a bit of work to do. Okay. There's like just an axe here, you know. One random axe. So we might want to find a better weapon for Squatchamil, because the division rifle's not going to do much. So... just grenade damage everywhere. There are some Andron corpses in here somewhere. I remember shooting them, but sometimes it's easier to see than others. That was a Robo-Dog. You can't get weapons from Robo-Dogs or Robo-Reapers. Let's see what kind of weapons we have access to. A Matter G Heavy. So that'll be a Phase 2 ballistics weapon. Redistribute the grenades? Yeah, maybe. The flamethrower probably is not going to work very well on them either. It's possible, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. It's better than a shotgun, but, you know. Better than kinetic, but I'm not sure if it'll do as good as energy in general. So the Matter G Heavy, it's like, I don't know, probably a heavy machine gun for Mark II, but they're very, very strong against kinetic. Is there really only 2 Androns I'm going to be able to find? In all this wreckage, we'll just find those 2. I mean, I know there's more, but I don't want to check every single tile. Matter G Cannon, probably not as good as Matter G Heavy. If those are the only 2 options, this will probably be a little bit better. And we don't really need a stun rocket or anything. Technically still have our tank, although its job is done. I think we want to let this fire get across so we don't have to walk through it. One nice thing about Andron missions, there's no psionics, so waiting around like this doesn't really cost you anything other than a little bit of real life time. But I would say we don't want to walk through the fire. We want to approach this UFO kind of from the outside. The way the wings are laid up and the doors. Coming up the middle will be a bad idea. Now you can see it. I don't think the fire's out yet, but we're getting close. Couple more turns. Alright, so for now, I need to get some vision here from the side where we're mostly safe with our shields. And with amazing time units, we can just zip right over here with Evan. Never mind. Slight change of plan. Couldn't have predicted this one, but, you know, good spot. I guess we're going to let Lone Grim handle it. Worst case scenario, we just gather up all the corpses and leave. That's true. We're secure enough for the most part. Oh, come on. The shield was not quite at the right angle, so it shot through it. Getting some more value from our sniper here. We're not going to have a whole lot of shield left when we get to that UFO, that's for sure. Alright, well, let's be smart then. We'll move actually out of vision. And then only have vision when we need it. Boy, are these things tanky. Bet you wish we had a better weapon against robots. I wonder what Blue is researching right now. That's, I don't think we've missed yet. That's, 5 shots in a row, I think. There we go. It only took, 6 laser sniper Mark IIIs to kill one Andron Mark II. Yep. We probably should bring more ammo on these missions. And C-Team is super lucky they didn't run into these guys. B-Team is having a hard time. C-Team would have had a death wish on this one. Okay. So, cruisers. Doors on the side, central big door in the middle. This area is very dangerous, of course, because they can flank you. Getting in there is tricky. We're just going to approach, gather up, kind of on the edges, except for maybe the snipers. I'm not sure how I want to do the sniper approach just yet. And I can shoot one rocket if I want. And the best place will be probably at the front door. And I should probably use our tank. Even if it gets blown up. Oh, I could check the weapon on that guy. I think he probably had probably the same weapon we picked up on one of our other guys, actually. Oh no. Alien Maturgy rifle. Not as good as the heavy rifle. Or, well, different, you know. Not as much damage against Androns, mainly. I think you'll be safest on that tile. Music's pretty epic, though. As we get closer and closer to the breach. Ah, let's not stand there. Don't trust it. 3 different ballistic weapons. That's true. When we did the Sizen mission, we got most of the... at least a good chunk of the energy weapons. It's nice to get the ballistic going as well. We'll need to find a civilian mission to get the real ballistic tech, but it's good to get a start on it. I would say for tier 3 or for tier 2, the priority really is energy tech, though. It usually is, but well, I don't want to spoil it too bad, but the thing that I'm trying to research first will be the most important tech. pretty much for this tier. I'm going to try let the tank destroy the cover. Androns are not usually as reactive as the other races. They might come out to try to shoot us, but they tend to do that less often than Sizens, or especially civilians. Civilians love to come out and shoot you. They're very brave. Spam AP through the door. With the tank, if I can... If they don't come out to shoot it, yes. I figured before I start making them angry, though, I want to break some of my rocket blockage. But seeing as this is our first, you know, Andron mission, that, like, they really are quite dangerous. I figure we'll take everything we can to win it. Okay. We got one explosive rocket. We've got snipers. Really not both in a good position. This isn't great cover, but we're far enough away. We're trusting range more than anything else. And then we're far enough away that miniguns are not going to be very valuable yet. Plus low ammo. Alright. Pretty much all in position. Now we start poking the hornet's nest. And yeah, we can try some spam. I don't know for sure if that hit anything, but it might have. And we can certainly blow open the door if we do this long enough. Wow, I guess I should just do aim shots. We've only got 11 more. That was a hit. I heard the squeal. This is probably pretty bad cheating, though. I don't know if I don't know how much I like this one. Hitting this door is kind of weird. Got some happy music at least. Now I just kind of want to blow the door open so my snipers can clear it out. That was another kill there. Cheating Ankylo. Dirty, rotten cheater Ankylos. Everything's fair in Alien War, yeah. That was another kill, I think. Pretty sure we've killed at least 3. I know they like to hide one on each side and a bunch in the front door. And usually on that tile, not the left one, but the right one. Alright, the door's finally open. Now the cheese is over because we're out of ammo anyway. The door took up a lot of punishment, though. Alright, good job, Siege Tank X. Didn't even die after all that, theoretically. Alright. So my standard forward strat is this little corner spot. Yeah, we're gonna save the breach for the second floor. Or the minigun for the second floor. Giant UFO. It's a large UFO. It's not as large as we'll see, but these guys definitely take a lot of work. It's our first tier 2 Andron mission too, so it's been a bit exciting. Alright, look at that. We cheese killed this guy. We cheese killed at least 2 in there. What about this side? We did not kill this one, though. So, Evan, probably your best odds here are some axing. And maybe enough TU to get out of the way. Nope, we're good. We must have done some damage to it already. Cool. Back to safety. And now that the flanks are fairly secure, we can start moving to the front door. Why not use the tank as cover? I actually don't have a lot of dense fiber right now. The materials to make the siege tanks are kind of hard to get until we start really farming some big missions. Also, this is a weird visual bug. You have to remove the roof effects to see inside. So we killed 2 plasma cannon guys. Those are not actually the worst weapons anyway. Plasma cannons are not super accurate. They do an area of effect damage, but there are worse weapons. There are worse weapons like this. The alien plasma heavy, which would be far more effective at killing our soldiers than the cannons would be. Luckily, all the engines are already exploded, which makes it a little bit safer to move in here too. So someone could pick up probably the plasma heavy. That'll work pretty well. Let's move up to the front door. Might switch Squatchameel out. Well, I think the snipers will just have to manage with the sniper rifles inside. It's not ideal for the breach, but they'll do okay with that. But usually when you get to these UFOs, these large and massive UFOs, although there's some guards at the doors, most of them will be in the bridge of the bridge of the UFO. You're scared. Yeah, the Andron hub on tier 2 gets a little nuts. Sometimes there's an alien hiding right behind these doors too, so it's good, definitely good to check. They like to hide behind doors. Technically, those engines are not destroyed. Alright, so now we prepare for the second floor. I don't know if I'm ready, but we got to keep this going. It's been a long enough stream. This is going to be my last episode for the day. And this is perhaps the hardest breach today. Perhaps. As a general rule, I did set for myself not to do Andron breaches. At least we can see the inside of the ship here. So there's just I don't really have a safe way to do this. That's the problem. If I ever can come up with a better way to do these things, I'll be quite happy. But right now, I don't have any kind of guaranteed strat. Once we have better weapons, we can lower the odds a little. We can lower the risk a little bit. Once we have better armor, it'll be a fair bit safer. We can get better shields, better armor, etc., etc. But right now, quick save. Yeah, I mean, okay. I guess that's fair. In case it crashes, yeah. I'm just going to give you a sneak peek, and then I'm probably going to go back down through the teleporter, but... Oh, there's one. Just a normal one. That doesn't seem correct. Head back downstairs. So, I don't think he'll follow us, but they're right in there. That's the point. Is there's Androns right on the doors, both sides, and somewhere in there's an Andron hub. I'm just trying to get an idea where he is. Oh, there he is. So this is new. He's got a new color, and he's definitely got a minigun. So this is a weapon that will kill anyone in one turn, at close range. Basically, if you don't kill him and he can shoot you, he will kill one of your guys every turn. And he's very hard to kill. So that's my biggest worry. The good news here is I'm not seeing a ton of Androns inside this ship. Maybe there aren't too many in the bridge. The bright pink, yeah. So it looks like we've got at least, 1, 2, 3 plus the boss. And the ones on the door are also kind of a problem because they can walk through the door and kill us. Does he have a force shield? Indeed he does. Like the Robo Reaper, he has more than one life. He also gets full reaction fire and gives reaction fire to his bridge crew. So unlike typical Androns that don't shoot you as you walk by, these guys can all shoot you as you open a door. So that's why we open the door with the shields. Just walk through the portal, throw a grenade. Well, seeing as you guys figure, let's see what happens. I'm tempted to just do this though. Can you get back down? So, what would you rather do? Would you rather stand on the teleporter and if an Andron comes down, get telefragged? Or would you rather stay in this room? Neither option is great. I'm not sure which one's more dangerous. Now, if this guy's dead and this guy's alive, he would probably go through this teleporter. This guy would be closer to this teleporter. I don't think the boss will chase you down. So unless there's an Andron right behind this wall, throw smoke. Smoke does not help you if someone stands in adjacency. So the trouble is, you've got to hope that they don't move close enough to get an adjacent shot and ignore the because smoke only works for ranged attacks, and even a gunshot at point blank is considered melee, I believe, for accuracy. So yeah, we could try smoke. Just hide in the corner here. Throw fire bombs. Yeah, they're pretty strong against fire. I'm going to say your best odds are to go down here. Nothing to worry about. Androns are not the most aggro. If we were fighting civilians, I would not have done that. Civilians are far more likely, in my experience, to chase you. Robots are programmed to defend, and they're just defending. I think, though, that was so successful, other than a little bit spooky, that we're going to do the same thing on the other side, actually. So, next turn, we're going to do the same thing. Evan goes up, opens the door. Thornum goes up, miniguns through the door. From safety, comparatively. Of all the things that could happen, this is still one of the safest ways I've thought of so far to take this UFO down. You just have to survive one more time. But that worked really well. Given how many people I've had die on these kind of missions, this is like one of the, like, you guys, I know some people are saying throw grenades. Grenades barely even touch these things. Whereas the minigun kills them in one round. You just need a little bit more. If you had 80 time units, you could get out of there. I don't suppose if I move someone, you could, like... No. It's all one too many. Not telefragged. Okay. This is good. We're in a much better position now. Much better. Let's do some reloads. Could have done this earlier, but... Alright. This is much safer now. I'm actually quite happy. This is happy Ankylo. So now, with no close door guards, and we would be able to see if there was a door guard on this side. I think the only, like... Okay. Technically, there's two spots we can't see. But probably there's only two left. Probably. Oh, we're doing that thing again, hey? So, next strategy. This is what I was trying to prevent, because this is also very scary. But I think it's time. Now we take up positions on the doors. Luckily, because of Thorinum's bravery, this should be a lot safer because there's no more door guardians to kill us. And remember, they don't really have grenades or anything. Bombs? I swear bombs are not very useful. We might toss a couple grenades to destroy some cover. But grenades are not really gonna... They're not gonna do a lot of damage to the Androns. You can kill them with grenades eventually, but... Bring in more bombs. Oh, this is not a bomber cruiser. This is just a normal cruiser. If you're wondering, a normal cruiser has teleporters second floor on the south side. The bomber cruiser is reflected. So the teleporters are on this side, the bridge is on this side. Unfortunately, we get the kind of weird visual bug here that makes things look dumb, but... Yeah, you were facing down. I was kind of thinking that. I didn't expect them to come through the doors anyway, so... Alright, this is it. Time to win or die. The worst part is the reaction fire. 119. Yeah. Oops, that was a mistake. Oh, look! There was one more door guard. Okay, what I really want, though, is for him to fire... Actually, no. This was just the guy over there walked over here. That's fine. Dang it. He did not take the bait. Come on. Well, that's not good. At least he's got a shield with 22. Well, backup strats. Let's see. Oh, by the way, we could cheese... There's another way you could cheese things. If we killed this guy first, then when we break the shield on the hub, the map will end. So you can skip the final phase because the way the game calculates it, it just ends the mission if all aliens are dead. So if an alien dies when his shield breaks and then respawns a new alien, that doesn't happen until it's too late because the mission's over. But if I did that, I would not get the corpse of the Andron hub, and we need the tech, which is more important to me. Six damage. He was not supposed to turn around and shoot you, but Granola is totally fine. He's made of the superior grain. That was a bit crazy. Well, he's not looking at you. Thorinum! Look, you only live once. Good luck, Thorinum. Do I want to lose men? No. No, I do not want to lose men. I just don't want to spend 5 hours here. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. We still got a couple things left we can try. We've got 2 people. 3 people, maybe. And you've got that cool armor. What an unfortunate crash. Oh, got to be so close. That minigun did so much damage. It really can't be very far off. 35 for a burst. I wonder if I can definitely fire 1, 2, 3, and 1. It's probably straight from there. This won't count as cover. We're cutting it real close. Come on, Squatch Meal. Save the day. Yep! We're good. Now, I know technically there's one left, but even if we don't kill it, it's fine. It's not adjacent to anyone, and I don't think it has a minigun like the boss does. So we might take a little damage, but if I had a little bit, if I had one more guy, I'd throw some smoke. Maybe Lone Grim should have thrown some smoke. My bad. But he's fine. Nothing to worry about. Because remember, we saw this guy fire point blank. The reason I was not respecting this guy is he fired point blank into Granola with the counter fire, and he did no damage. So, disrespect. Let's just see what the boss minigun looks like. It's Alien Matergy machine gun. Minigun, that is to say. Now, this isn't the full power of it, because you only get 20 shots. And, you know, Androns are pretty tanky against kinetic. So it's not going to look super good against them. But, you know. If he'd fired that at us, we would have been dead. 100% he would have killed somebody. There's no way to survive that at point blank. Anyway. Turns out, pretty good mission, right? I got a little bit lucky at the end, but it was calculated, you know. So, lots of stats. B team's looking real strong. Look at all those accuracy on some of these people. Just another hour, 10 minutes. Some Matergy kinetic weapons. Robo-Dog, Robo-Reaper, Light Drone. That was the boss. That was the normal alien soldier, light cruisers. Some good stuff to research. Alright. For the future tubers, we're going to end real soon, but we'll let a couple days go by so we can at least see some new tech before we have to wrap up the episode. So, we did capture a Sizen weapon officer. We gave him a little interrogation because he might know something about lightning weapons. Dang it. What tech am I looking for advanced lightning weapons? I might need basic plasma to get there. I haven't looked at the tech tree or anything, and it could be random a little. But I know basically what I want is electric weapons. We could bang out some early plasma tech pretty quick. The engineer might be worth it too. Engineers have lots of good tech. There was some crying involved. Don't let the future tuber knows. Don't let the future tubers know what you've been up to, Robert. They'll think bad things. All right. I don't want to spend too much time here tonight. Like it is getting late, but I just want to see a little bit of tech. So we shot down a cyber disc. They give you a lot of dense fibers. The main thing is kinetic damage and incendiary. That's the main thing to remember. Probably not a lot more to construct just yet. Soon enough, the engineers will be busy. Or the ones that did the Tier 1 mission with all the Tier 1 parts. So this is our first Wraith autopsy. This was the teleporting punk. We have not captured one yet, but they've got a gigantic head. They like to teleport behind your soldiers. And they can't shoot on the turn they teleport. So if you listen, you'll hear the teleport sound effect. And then you need to find them and kill them. If you don't find them and you don't look, then they get a turn next turn and they will kill you. Or they'll try anyway. So, this was a vanilla Xenonauts alien. Nothing too crazy, but if you're not familiar, if you're only familiar with XCOM, I don't think they had any teleporters. Sizen Engineer. Okay, this guy was a lucky capture. All kinds of stuff. Power source, alien gravity generators, alien bases. That would be useful. Alien reactors, alien alloy hardening, shock technology. What? Shock technology? That sounds interesting. He unlocks a few things, you could say. So, this is our upgraded dropship. Now we'll be able to, once we build these, research and build, that's 10 soldiers per mission. Buzzard armor is flying armor. Alloy hardening, probably important. Anti-grav, I don't know, maybe. Shock tech, invaluable. Seeker vehicle, Alien power source, Give me that shock technology. We actually learned a lot from interrogating the engineer and disassembling all those shock weapons. I say, if you're playing along in the future tubers, always go for this in tier 2. First thing you should try to get, 100%. I just want to like research one so I can show you the stats on it, and then, you know, we'll learn more. We'll learn more in practice later. Bomber cruiser. So that was the Sizen ship. You know, standard disassembly. We've learned how to make a gravity torpedo off of it. This would be an upgrade to the alenium torpedoes, sort of. The straight upgrade goes alenium to plasma, but gravity is kind of like a half upgrade. Or, it's a bit of a side grade. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Once we research it, we'll look at the stats. Light cruiser, that's the mission we just did. Similar to the bomber cruiser, but slightly different. The good news is, just like, remember when we did, if you were around an hour ago, if you're a future tuber, hopefully you remember, when we shot down an alien fighter and got the data core from a fighter, I'm like, isn't it nice that we get new aircraft just for shooting things down? Well, we had to do a ground mission for this one, but you don't have to research anything specifically. Lancer aircraft, that will be, we can look at it in here, another very important upgrade. This is our next bomber. So this is the upgrade for your Foxtrot. And it's definitely nice to get these going before too long. So from Foxtrot for tier 1 to Lancer for tier 2, it's the same ship basically. It'll have one heavy weapon, and it'll just have better stats, better speed, fuel, everything else. Oh, that's a lot of Robodogs. Might as well. Sizen soldier, just the soldier of tier 2, nothing special there. More armor. Oh, well, there is one other thing. So, now this is also special. You don't get this from soldiers all the time. Like, this is not typical. So, antimatter tech is like, this is locked behind the plot a little bit. So, we had all the prerequisites already set. Tier 2, basically, as soon as you kill an alien, antimatter will, if you have the prerequisite, unlock. You need all the data hacks to get antimatter technology, and also some other things. So, terror attack operatives from phase 1. What else was there? We needed the data hacks 1, 2, and 3 for Sizen and Civilian. One of which was the terror operator. And I think you might need some of the advanced, I forget. It takes a lot, it has a ton of prereqs. Anyway, that's something to look forward to for sure next time. Antimatter tech, But for now, shock technology. What do we need to know about shock technology? It shocks you. And eventually we'll make pistols, rifles, grenades, rockets, all that stuff. It's not like a primary weapon tech. Like, the primary tech would go laser, plasma, or division tech, ballistics, to mag tech, which, you know, we'll get eventually. This is a separate tech, and yeah, very, very, very good. Why can't it be primary? I mean, we will probably use it as a primary tech, honestly. Don't worry. I'm just saying it's not one of the main damage types. It's not energy or ballistic or kinetic. Light drones. Whatever. They're still jerks. Nothing special. Wraith soldiers. We already did one of these. Don't worry about it. This is slightly different than the last version. I guess this is just telling you what you get for disassembling them, yeah. Shock rifle, here we go. Really, we're gonna end the stream, or we're gonna end the episode as soon as we just research a couple of the basic weapons here. So, shock weapons. They show up in the laser category, but they're not really lasers. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see all that. Shock rifle, this is what we need a whole bunch of. So, basically, a rifle weapon, like a laser rifle, except very low range. Remember, our Mark III laser rifles are 20. So, it's like half the range of a normal rifle. It technically does energy damage, but forget that. It does 30 stun and 120 EMP. So, every projectile will do about 120 damage to an Andron. And they generally don't have any EMP defense. That 30 stun, just as a benchmark, because we haven't really looked at stun damage, each whack of a stun baton is 15. So, one shot from the rifle is twice 2 hits from a baton. Also, it's ranged. It might not be long range, but it is ranged, and it fires in bursts of 3 if you want, like a normal rifle. So if you can get close-ish, relatively close, not quite melee range, but, you know, say 4 or 5 squares away, you just do a burst of 3. You can do 2 bursts of 3, and that's so much more stun damage than your stun rod. These guns fire 2 stun batons. In bursts of 3, they fire, if you have the time units, they can fire 12 stun batons per round. Right? 90% TU would be 6 shots. Each one is worth 2 stun batons. It's pretty good. What's the weakness of them? The weakness is energy cores and lowish range compared to your other rifles and sniper rifles. Fairly low range. A little bit low ammo. They only have 18 ammo capacity compared to, you know, a laser rifle has 30. So, lower range, lower ammo, but they'll stun aliens for capture, which is very valuable, and they will kill robots dead. It's the best thing for killing robots. Can you name someone in the next stream? Stevie MC. I'll write you down for the list of names. There's a few unnamed soldiers here that we can move some people around for. So yeah, basically, the new top priority is constructing a bunch of these ASAP. Shock tech. We are kind of lucky we unlocked that so fast, so. Hello? Shock weapons? Shock weapons. 4 energy cores, 4 ballistic cores. But I'm just gonna build 4 of them right now. We probably won't be able to build a whole lot in the secondary teams, but we'll build as many as we can. C team gets 1. Ouch. My day's been good. It's getting late. I'm gonna have to end the stream pretty soon, but I wanted to get some of these cool new weapons out, at least to talk about it during this stream. I really don't have enough energy cores, so let's say 16. We got 10 left. Let's send 8 to the C team, so they can get at least a couple. I wouldn't say the shock weapons are mandatory for non-Andron missions, but they are basically mandatory for, well, they're basically mandatory for the Andron missions. If you're fighting Seisons or civilians, they just are very helpful. If you want to capture Reapers or Xenomorphs, they are great. Much safer to try to zap them from range than to run up to them and hit them with a stick. As much fun as that is. But we need a lot of energy cores. And some ballistic cores. That's why I should have saved up more. So in Phase 1, we could have spent more time and, you know, prepared for Phase 2 a little better. But it was also like, let's not waste 5 more days of streaming. Shock pistol. We'll just go through the basic shock weapons here just so you can see them, but... Oh, advanced shock tech. That won't take too long either. The shock pistol is not probably one I'll spend a whole lot of time on. The shock rifle is pretty much the best in my books for most people. So the shock pistol is one-handed, pistol range, so 8. It does almost as much damage per bolt, stun, and EMP. You know, 30, 120 versus 20 versus 2100. So slightly less damage, but there's no burst fire, and it's less range. So, I mean, shield guys could use it. But if we just hold on a second here... I'm sure the research won't take very long. Oh, we needed 4 ballistic cores as well. Oops. Base management with me. YouTube gets another 1.5 hour video because I can't stop. I've got a problem. Okay, hopefully that was all they needed. They're gonna need... Yeah, I sent them 5, so they should be okay. One day, 2 hours? Yeah. Shock rifles do take a fair while to build up to. I guess one of the costs here is it takes them a while to construct. Advanced shock tech. Sure. More shock technology. All Blue needs is shock technology. The main thing here is the shock gun. This one's probably worth building. So let's have a look at this thing. It's like a shock shotgun. What? This guy's pretty exciting. Shotgun. Now, the other shock weapons I'm not as hyped about, but I'll research them all anyway. Just because shock weapon. But there's lots of other things we need to research, so don't get too caught up once you're about this far down. So, the shotgun, or shock gun, colloquially known as, is a one-handed shotgun that has a range of 3, so basically no range, but it does 120 stun damage. That's who's keeping count? How many stun batons is that? They do 15 each, so 8? Is that 8 stun batons at once? They you can only fire it once per turn. It does use a lot of time units. But if you can get next to an alien and zap them, this will usually capture an alien in 1 shot. Or 2 shots at most. Maybe a couple shock rifles to weaken them, and then 1 shotgun to finish them off. Also, 200 EMP damage is almost enough to kill most Androns in 1 hit. And it also has some armor mitigation. So, unlike most shock weapons that have, well, a little bit of armor mitigation, this thing ignores probably all your EMP armor. So, things also don't resist the stun or EMP damage very well. Anyway, this is pretty good, especially because you can use it with a shield. So, with a shield, you can use the pistol or the shotgun, but this seems more fun, right? That's a lot of stun batons for a shield guy. A lot more than a stun baton, and you can keep your shield up. So, that's the main thing I was excited for. I don't know if we'll be able to afford any of those at this second. The rifles are more important, because anyone can use them effectively, basically. It'll become our primary rifle tech for a while. But, shock, gun... It's actually slightly cheaper than a shock rifle, but only good at short range. And having long range stun damage is really, really good. So I think I'll end it here. I have the important tech I needed for tier 2 to start. In the future, there's some air game tech we'll want to get before too long. You know, we've unlocked a couple more jets to start replacing our old jets over, but that's not the highest priority. The Corsair and the Lancer. We're going to probably want to get the shield tech upgraded for our shield guys. We're probably going to want to get some plasma tech going, because that'll unlock lots of stuff. We've still got some interrogations we should probably pop out. There's this face hugger to look at. We haven't really done a civilian map yet in phase 2, so once we do that, more of the Mattergy stuff will unlock. I don't think we actually have, we don't really have the ability to unlock ballistic tech from this, because we'll need the light arms for the first tech. So we'll need, like, just like with plasma, you'll need a plasma rifle and a plasma pistol. But pistols are only held by, like, the operators. So we need a civilian operator to have a Mattergy pistol. So don't rush it if it's the Androns that gave you the weapons. Wait till you get the civilians. And, yeah, there's lots of stuff. There'll be... I should look up... Well, Shrike Dropship, actually. Hold on. That's probably more important than these. I forgot. Number 1 priority, other than the shock gear, is actually bringing 2 additional soldiers. I'm not sure if you're aware. You probably are. But going from 8 to 10 soldiers is a huge upgrade in terms of your ground forces capability. So we're going to probably rush that next. And then we'll need to build 3 of them. So it's going to be kind of expensive. But shock tech, 2 more soldiers per map. Maybe look at where the armor tech is, because there's some armor I'd like to get building soon as well. And, you know, we'll figure it out after that. But I'm excited. I love the new phases. That's one of the best parts of X Division. Every phase has a full new set of tech. And it's scary at first. And to be fair, the first Terror mission for Phase 2 we haven't got to yet is going to be nuts. But hopefully we get a couple more relatively easy missions. Bang those out. Then we start upgrading our soldiers. And hopefully we'll be ready for the actual Terror mission. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty good. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you future tubers enjoyed. And I'll see you next time for more Phase 2, whatever it throws at us.